mentioned, Tiny at the moment, very much viable still without having to run the IO, but I kind of failed to see if it is left there why you wouldn't necessarily take it, because it is so strong with it. And just despite the loss, we had some very clutch and close to clutch plays on the IO last game from EG.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I think Tiny is okay by himself now. I don't think you need the IO. I think a little bit more lockdown.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just feel the way that EG plays, like if it's there, I don't know. I feel like they'll take it anyway.
Oh, hello.
Ah.
Brewmaster, a hero that's had some big ups and downs in this patch. We saw pretty much first pick, first ban material, and then people kind of forgot about him. And here we see him again. Team Secret bringing him out. Pretty good at mid. Decent at offlane, right, Fog? You love that offlane?
He's great in the offlane.
He's pretty much on the offlane.
Come on,
he
love that mid brew,
offlane. And it's all because
the YapzOr sank. Yeah, they take the eye. I feel there's no reason to not do so. I feel like the brew pick was maybe an attempt at a bit of a deterrent, as brew can be quite good indeed against the eye in the team fights. You just sort of taking him out of the fight, so suddenly it's very hard for him to make those save plays.
Drunken Haze is really annoying just throughout all stages of the game for Tiny. Even though you have the status resistance, which removes it after a shorter while, it's still extremely debilitating.
We're talking about the Medusa in the last draft, and Team Secret going to go ahead and take it off the board.
Yeah.
I think anytime you play against DG, there's always the worry of them finding a draft to get some L on it. It's
look at this is so cool how they change up so much though. Like last time they first picked Rubik and they had a completely different style. This time it's Bruce sanking first too. We were talking about the sanking before the first draft, how Secret's really liking it, and nothing has changed here.
I mean, one of the heroes that's still in as well that I wonder if Secret will want to take is that Ancient Apparition. It was banned out, I believe, by EG in the last game because they were running this.
Secret Bandit.
Oh, sorry, Secret Bandit. Yeah, you're right. It banned the other way around. But I mean, they themselves.
It could be a possibility.
Yeah, it could be very nice. With the sort of team fight that they've got already, just having SKAA can be a very strong combo. We've seen teams do that time and time again.
They got the puck this time.
Yeah, what an already scary IO game, huh? There's so much burst coming out from Team Secret already. I mean, that little ball is going to get slapped around. And this is just 2 picks in. Whew. I don't know how he's going to survive this one. Okay, Death Prophet take it out. No, Puck! Puck! There's a hero that we were talking about both these teams were fantastic with, so might as well ban him out of the pool there.
I think that's one of the things that maybe you could say that EG was maybe a little bit lacking in the last game, is having those relocates set up. So I think that might be what Secret's thinking around here when they ban out this Puck, that this time EG might adjust.
Yeah, I guess in game 1 they were just more thinking on the lines that the Clockwork would do enough, but in practice it wasn't the setup. It wasn't as strong of a setup for the Tiny IO plays.
I think that's the one part of the draft that you can point to that just didn't really work out for EG. They never really got value out of that Clockwork pick.
And Nature's Prophet still in the pool. And I mean, there's the A. I feel that was a bit of a no-brainer really for Secret. That's just
I'm really surprised EG
super strong.
EG didn't take that out.
Yeah, rather than the DP. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely ways you can play around it, but anytime you're running any sort of IO lineup against the AA, especially when it's, as I say, paired with the Sanking, I don't know the stats, but I'm sure that duo's got a pretty damn good win rate.
Yeah, that is like the Chinese support duo. I mean, so many games we saw in the previous patch.
Works super well with both of the initiators, Brewmaster and Sanking. They start the fight, AA can send it back, always get a good Ice Vortex plus ulti off. And even in laning phase, I mean, feet plus Sanking stun, pretty much every single time it'll proc off.
Well, they tried to do something a little global last time with the Tinker pick. I wonder if they'll go for kind of keeping with that global strategy. Prophet or something?
Oh, I was saying the Nature's Prophet, I think, is always strong.
Could even go for a Zeus, the hidden Zeus pick. You know, that classic Evil Genius's Shadow Shaman.
No, I think you think a little bit more basic, and you ask yourself as EG, what was our big weakness? Apart from me not getting a lot out of the Clockwork, and the big weakness was that Secret had that huge wave clear advantage. And the Shadow Shaman addresses that very nicely as a support, gives you that pushing potential.
Taking notes from Na'Vi, okay. A little split push action here. Yep, Towers Beware from Team Evil Geniuses on this draft. Scary stuff.
It just feels like Secret, when you look at these first 3 picks, it feels like they could pick almost any 2 cores here.
They've got
I mean, there's so much
massive team fight. Massive team fight.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who's your number 1 core? Go ahead.
Have we seen a Secret played around with the Spectre at all? Or is that something that all teams are avoiding?
I don't think anybody's playing Spectre right now. That's
I mean, that's the hero that...
Oh my goodness.
They get it again. Okay.
Oh boy.
But if you're EG though, you have to be ready for this. You have to.
They must have a,
if you left
it
on the
in,
table. Yeah.
They must have a plan.
Sure. What is the plan for Lone Druid? What's your stable counter to that, Fogged? Anything come to mind?
I mean, Razor's the best one, but he's banned.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think the Brewmaster is playable against the Lone Druid, but you ban the one counter in the Razor, and you have the Brewmaster on your side.
Well, they gotta know something.
The one thing I'll say, the Lone Druid addresses one of the few weaknesses I saw in the Secret lineup, and that's that BKBs were very good for EG, but now you can still get entangled through that.
They have self-sufficient, self-reliant, self-sufficient safe laner that can just like play versus anyone, and SKA can roam around.
This is much better than the clock.
Yeah.
It is
having Universe on his Tide.
It is versus an AA though. An AA in the laning phase is very strong versus Tidehunter with that chilling touch, and they have a lot of magic damage coming between the two supports already from the side of Secret versus that Tide. But yeah, definitely already a lot better coming out from that one to just take head-on fights.
And see, I like the Brew against the Tidehunter because with Kraken Shell, you can just send him up in the air, and Kraken Shell's not going to proc.
That's true. That's true. In the laning stage, though, I wonder if EG will try and get the Tide versus Brew matchup. Tide not really caring at all about the mischance with the anchor smash. It's still farm very nicely in that 1v1. So we may see some sort of lane switch ups to get the matchups.
So what, you think they'll go like some aggro by EG to try to pressure the lone and get Tide?
I think that's the way to do it. You can't give Ace as good of a start as he did last game. I'm sure we've seen them try and put some pressure on, but they've got to do more about him. They can't let him get ahead of the bear. He got really good Radiance time in that last game.
But then Brew has a better game.
Sure, but I'm sure you're more worried about the Lone Druid having a better game.
This feels like such an awkward aggro try, though. Tiny, IO, and Shadow Shaman?
Yeah, they're not. I mean, I'm not saying that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really tough.
Hey, man, that's going to get a lot of kills, though. I mean, come on. Shackle into, other stuff.
Good OD, man.
OD pan down. Will we dare see another Timbersaw? I hope not. Timby has not been doing too great, but...
I was still looking for mid ones here.
10 seconds remaining.
Mid one, I mean, the Storm Spirit's still there.
Yeah,
Storm Spirit would be really nice for the AA setup. Getting yourself straight on top of the IO. I'm sure there's lockdown on the Shaman and Tiny, but I think this is definitely still a very playable Storm game for mid one.
Yeah. Always good to see a Storm be able to jump onto an IO and just pick him off before that team fight can do anything, and then move on, but they have a decent amount of lockdown too. That Shadow Shaman is a scary guy to go against.
One secret to have more wave clear, especially on that mid laner. They only have like Brewmaster Clap and Sanking Stun.
Stun's pretty good for wave clear.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. If it's versus Shaman though, who's pretty tough because instant disable.
You think Ember's viable this patch?
Not crazy about the hero. Lycan.
Oh, the art's easy.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
I mean, that's just all in on push, huh?
This is a Sumail Tiny.
Yeah, it must be. I'm sure you get Arteezy playing the Lycan. So yeah, the Tiny IO taken to the mid lane, I would imagine, with this final pick.
10 seconds remaining.
I think the Lycan's nice here. If anything, might come online a little earlier than the Lone Druid. So you make sure that by the time that Lone Druid is knocking on your base, you're already into theirs.
I mean, you've got an incredible amount of push and do from EG that sort of sweeter point. And as you say earlier, than the Lone Druid is getting big with Tiny Shaman Lycan.
I feel like Secret can super punish the Tiny mid here.
Potentially. We'll see what they're picking. Fog, do you have any ideas, buddy? You're the smartest boy on the panel. What do you got for me?
Why am I the smartest? Nahaz is a professor.
I mean, Nahaz is good at life stuff. Maybe. Maybe not. He is co-hosting with me, so he's probably not that good at life stuff. But you're the smartest Dota dude.
Tinker, Storm.
Tinker or Storm?
Those look pretty decent.
Our big calls.
Storm feels pretty
What happened to Shadow Fiend? Dragon Knight.
Dragon Knight.
That's not what I thought.
That's something.
Alright.
I can kind of get it. I mean, tank, push.
Base damage reduction versus Tiny.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's just what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You really negate the kill potential of the Tiny with that spell.
And the level 25 Tidehunter. I mean, you knock out that damage, so very helpful there too.
All right, guys, I have a feeling I know what the answer is going to be, but let's get our predictions here for game 2. Secret can close this out?
I think so. Game 1, I went against them, even though, despite the start of this series saying you got to watch out for Ace, he's amazing. He's just got his hero again, and I like that Easy's trying something different, but I've got to go with Secret getting that Lone Druid pick again. It's going to be good.
I'm going to go Secret again.
I'll be a contrarian. I'll think that EG has something up their sleeve if they're going to allow that guy to get his Lone Druid one more time. So let's go Bleed Blue.
Yeah, after what we saw in that last game, I have a hard time seeing EG turn this around with the Secret draft. So maybe we'll get a quick series. We will see. But with a chance to move on in the winner's bracket, Secret may be able to close this one out. Let's head over to our casters. Here are Toby 1 and Blitz.
You know, I'm actually thinking that the Slacks curse is going to kick in for game 2 right here, where he stands alone as the only one that believes. Do you think EG's got this? Because right now, Slacks may be on the money. You got Arteezy on Dogman. You've got IO Tiny. You've got like these wonderful combinations.
So last game, I thought that he was going to lose. Personally, I like EG. I get along with all the players. I'm North American, but it doesn't mean that I have to pick for them.
No, well, we know, Blitz, that you are an analytical man that will base this on all of your knowledge put together into a proper conclusion.
Yeah, and that's why I think Secret's going to win. And I think that, I don't know, it just feels like they're the better team. It feels like, to me anyways, that EG, like something feels a little bit off, whereas Secret is just...
Well, I
was about to curse right there, but Secret is really good.
I heard on the grapevine that all of the EG players were up at 2 AM local time. They did not adjust properly, and maybe somehow didn't even sleep during the night. So,
yeah, that's pretty rough, but
yeah,
man, I just want to talk about the Secret lineup. In the beginning, it looked like it was going to be a little bit rough, and it feels like in the past they almost always sacrificed whoever was the carry on their side. Like the carry player just looks a little bit weak, but it just feels like they're gelling together really well. And it feels like Ace is comfortable, like, doing whatever. You put him on an island, great. You help him, great. You help mid one, it doesn't matter. It feels like anything he does, it's just working for them right now.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like we were looking at Team Secret in China and talking about like the lack of mid one, where we had CTY standing in for them, and how Papi Strav's like, okay, well, he's focusing more on Ace, and they're kind of like, I wonder if that tournament kind of gave them even more confidence in Ace's ability to just give him these heroes that can 1v9 and just do his thing.
Oh, sure. And this is really important, I think, Toby, for a team is you want star players, of course, but at the same time, like, when one guy doesn't pick up the load, you want somebody that can, like, cover the slack. So you have a guy like mid one last game, doesn't do the best, has one of the most rough games that I've seen him ever have.
Yeah.
And then you have Ace, he's like, don't worry.
I got this,
one,
boys.
yeah.
I'm printing money and destroying the economy.
And it doesn't feel like we're seeing that quite yet in EG. Like, the balance isn't quite there, but maybe this is where it starts.
Dude, EG's like investing in skin coin. Eventually it'll pay off.
Maybe, as Owen learned the hard way. But, yeah, you don't know these things until, like, we've seen a few of their runs so far, but
YapzOr,
top.
They're going to put the chilling touch on, and this is going to be problematic for Fear. So much damage from Team Secret, and it'll be enough to claim the first blood. Puppy and YapzOr, they were all over this map like a hot rash in game 1, and they are off to the same itchy start in game 2.
That is the one thing you need to get out of your... I'm not okay with that. All right. So another really rough start. It's a game number 2. As mid lane is going kind of okay.
It's better than my dog joke, remember?
The dog one is good. You can tell that one. I told him he couldn't, but...
Yeah, he banned me from doing that.
You're Toby. You can get away with anything. Just say it.
Okay. Welcome to the worst joke ever.
You can't set it up like that.
I can't.
All right.
Okay,
fair.
you know what? You can wait. You can wait for the worst joke ever.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Up the top, FATA just... And they're... All three of their cores are once again doing well. Like, they're off to a pretty fantastic start.
Yeah, I wonder if this is also like Team Secret. You talk about them gelling. It seems they also understand like exactly where they have to pressure. Like it, we know his early game is, well, ass. Now Team Secret, like they have FATA on the Brewmaster very early on. YapzOr as well as Puppy are doing as much as they can to interrupt him. And you got a half a level like in 2 minutes into this. Okay, YapzOr still takes the rune. But Arteezy just can't get anything. He can't catch a break up on this top. He's a 1-0 Lycan versus a 9-7 Brewmaster.
And the Brewmaster destroys him, Toby. He just throws Drunken Haze, makes life really hard for him. They have no kill potential in their lane, which is really rough for heroes like Shadow Shaman, because this hero heavily relies on kill potential. Like, this hero has garbage move speed, has a lot of attack, and so you often want to be in one-on-one situations against the offlaner so you can just trade hits. But if you take away that opportunity and you go for this aggressive tri-lane, well, you ruin all the offensive potential of the Shadow Shaman, because he can't protect this Lycan. He just dies really quickly.
If YapzOr cuts this tree and gets the stun on Arteezy, I believe he's dead. And Arteezy, he's sitting just in the edge of vision, so Secret know where he is. Fear rotates around the back. That Observer Ward's down the ramp, so Team Secret don't see Fear moving that clearly around the corner. But they also did this so they can block the pull point. This is now the second game in a row where, again, we've seen the safe lane of EG just incapable of controlling the momentum of the creep wave.
Mid lane, though, is benefiting from this, as mid one is forced into a situation where he's got to get 2 in the Dragon Blood. And I don't know.
Is it that bad, though? Because you can just breathe fire farm, right? And this can harass into crit. Yeah. Like, bottom lane is nice for Universe. He's actually 19-4 versus the 14-4 of Ace, so it's more of an even trade in the lane. Oh, nice toss back. Mid one into deep. Fear's coming over. YapzOr needs to create some space with the Burrow Strike. Able to do so. And the Spirits, he can't reach him. Cancels the salve, at least some level of value. But mid one survives to breathe another day.
Yeah, he's just going to tango up, but he's still got to be careful. Like, there is a situation where Crit just gets tossed in and he gets triple spirited and goes down. But Dragon Knight, of course known for his high regen, with the Ring of Regen, he was also given a Tango to eat by his team, and the 2 points of Dragon's Blood, already up to more than half HP.
No, I'm just keeping a side eye on this top lane, watching FATA versus Arteezy. And FATA is playing with him. Like, they just wait for the deny. And Arteezy, that's now his 4th CS in 4 minutes. When you go 1 CS a minute as a safe laner, the primary farmer of evil geniuses, you know you got issues.
Yeah, this is some real KBBQ Dota.
I'm sorry, Arteezy's not asleep at his keyboard.
That is true. It's not hard to be better than Jack at Dota, but right now, his lane has been absolutely demolished. As up atop, every creep is getting denied. This Lycan has less net worth than the Sand King right now. Like, Arteezy up to 4 CS
mid
now.
Lane, Lashing and go for a toss back into the shackles. Fear was waiting for this perfectly. Mid one will break free.
So
and
tanky.
The 2 points in Dragon Blood. It's 11 armor and 11.8 regen a second they have to fight through.
They're trying to do whatever they can right now, Toby, to help out the other lanes, because they know this top lane is a complete lost cause.
Yep.
So they keep trying to make these ganks happen on mid one, but it's just not quite working. And now at bottom, Ace finally starting to find some sort of lead as Universe doing okay for himself. Tiny's doing okay for himself too, but they need to make something happen around this top area and soon.
Avalanche again. Ready for the toss back, all the way back to Fear. Shackles this time up. YapzOr, space creation. It's a little too late. We'll go for the 2-man Burrow Strike and then start his run out.
4th time's the charm?
Yeah?
I guess after the first 3 times, he's like, I am pretty much unkillable here. But this time, they had the tower.
Hey, here's the upside right now. Arteezy has more CS than kills on the board.
Oh,
I know, right? I was worried he wouldn't be able to keep up.
He is a full 2 levels behind FATA right now. A full 2 levels.
Can you get something better by rotating the lanes? I suppose you can't put Lycan on the off lane.
Yeah, I feel like they should have swapped into bottom. Maybe they felt like they couldn't protect him. But essentially, Secret's getting a decent amount here. Sumail.
Oh, here we go again. FATA's rotated in. Goes for the collapse. Sumail wants out of this. FATA, well, there goes your TP. Crit will give him the extra life to only TP back to the mid-tier 1. Sumail knows all he had to do was get further away from FATA. And FATA's actually short of mana. He didn't have the Mango in his main inventory, so he couldn't pop it to split.
Yeah, he's going for it again, though.
Yep, they just run in. Sumail's got Avalanche, so there's more space to work with.
Yeah, now YapzOr is taking over up at top, which does give Arteezy a little bit more room, but YapzOr now getting more or less uncontested farm here, as the melee Lycan does not really want to fight against the Sand King.
And this lone druid, can they allow the same thing to happen?
They're running at him.
Oh, Arteezy, the clap, goodbye. even an extra Drunken Brawler attack for FATA to help secure the deal. So it was another 6-minute hand of Midas for Ace. He's at 3.5k net worth. This time, it's night and day the difference between the safe leaders. It's 3.6k to the 1.6k. A full 2,000 difference between Ace and Arteezy.
Yeah. Arteezy would kill right now for Ace's farm.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, unless he walks across the stage and then just sits down at Ace's computer, he ain't getting that.
Another switch. Mid-game this time. He's elevating the memes. As YapzOr just sitting there right now. This level 4 Sand King has more net worth by considerable margin over the Lycan. Like, this Lycan, it's not really his fault. I mean, we keep bringing it up because it's such an aberration of what we normally see.
It was the weakness in the laning from the supports. Like, what are they meant to do here? Crit has to sit with the Tiny, and Shaman can't do much in the lane.
Yeah, there's... I mean, where's he supposed to go? He can't. It's not
Go
easy
jungle,
from the
crit. Oh, FATA. So much damage so quickly. Mid one's going to rotate in. Breathe Fire's on cooldown. Going to get the Dragon Tail off. So FATA moves closer. He's looking for another attack. He's just going straight to the split. The cold feet from Puppey with the chilling touch. You've got one more attack from the Storm Bruling to get the damage out. They turn their attention to Samel with the Earth Bruling stun. Another cold feet. The synergy is so beautiful. The control of FATA is even more beautiful. This is almost bodacious diving to the tier 2 tower in mid, but Samel just enough life with the 1 charges, and FATA trapped a little bit further back, but that's a Dragon 4 mid one. Crits TP to the tier 1 tower. He doesn't want to stick around too much. The Breathe Fire hits on all 3 of EG's players, and Team Secret are done with this. Puppey's TP out right in front of EG. The only thing that was missing was an Ancient Apparition taunt.
At the same time, Universe does have his level 6. Really wanted to get Secret to overcommit there, and that's exactly why they didn't. They don't want to run into a position where they overextend. They have a good lead right now, 2,000 on the board. Don't throw anything away if you're Team Secret. You can afford to be patient. Arteezy's got to spend all this time catching up. And so while he catches up, take your time. Get all the map control in the world. Don't rush anything. Because the strongest spell in the game right now is still Ravage. If you can avoid a really good Ravage for Secret, if you can survive something like that, then you're going to be quite far ahead.
Especially when, like, the person holding the Ravage Universe is the #1 net worth on the EG side. And he's building into items which are going to sustain nicely. He's building in for the mech at the beginning for Evil Geniuses. Maybe this will allow them to have this 4-1, so Lycan is able to recover, just give howl to the rest of his team. But Arteezy has gone all the way off the top lane. He's headed down south into the camps, because it's the only safe place for him to farm, knowing the Team Secret are turning their attention this way. So they deny Universe his Ravage on the bottom lane, they deny the group up of Evil Geniuses, and Lone Druid's happy for this. This is so much money flooding into him. We're 10 minutes in, and he's 2.2k towards his Radiance. It's, again, this almost same timing as Game 1, which Team Secret were very happy with the trade-off.
This almost feels like just another run back, but this time they're not losing their mid tower, and mid one's not getting completely screwed over.
It's a tier 1 for a tier 1 and tier 2.
Yeah, it almost feels like last game where the Lone Druid was just hitting this top tower, and EG couldn't do much about it. Yeah, not quite in position. They're going to give up another tower. The last hit goes the way of FATA, but gold is still heavily in favor.
It's going to be more for Secret. Like you've got the Trinity Dragon right now in mid lane attacking into the tier 1 tower, and Universe, like he wants to hold him back, but the poison attack is all they really need to keep the ticks going. Now with the movement forward, Dragon Tail stun mid 1, that's his last bit of mana, has the Soul Ring available if he needs more. But just keeping Universe away from the chase.
And look at Lone Druid right now, going to the opposite side of the map while they preoccupy him. They're creating so much space right now on the map for Ace. Yeah, and we saw what his Lone Druid could do. That was not pretty.
Even if they try and push mid, like Dragon Form's going to be down, but Epicenter is up. Ancient Apparition is still short of his level 6. Puppey's trying to catch up to that. That's probably the weakest part of the Team Secret lineup at the moment. Yeah. But the push is coming in, and YapzOr from the trees, EG do not have vision of him in there.
Yeah, we're seeing what you talked about too, where they're going for this 4 aggressive heroes on the map behind this Tidehunter.
Create space for Lycan.
Create space, yes.
But if YapzOr wants to commit, he can at least push him off the tower.
Yeah, he's got his ulti too. He's trying to use the fog to his advantage right now.
Okay, FATA's being more of a dick. He's drunken hazening up the Tiny, who just wants to beat into the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, they're going to make it difficult for them as YapzOr on the south side.
They should be able to survive that, right? Like you've got so many 1 charges on Evil Geniuses that even if you pop in the Epicenter damage, it's going to be It's not going to be a lot. And okay, Ace is attacking the tier 1 tower. Lycan has to TP to defend this. Mr. level 6 Lycan versus level 11 Lone Druid.
Almost doubling him up right now. Shows the dire circumstances.
Stealing both the bounty runes as well. Hey, why not?
Arteezy's going to go there. See nothing. And that's just, it's honestly just dejecting right now. It's
the smoking with Fear and Arteezy. Are they actually going to try and force a fight mid against mid 1 and bring Arteezy in?
They've got Ravage, and if Secret don't have heroes here right now, I suspect that they will be able to get the kill, or at the tower at the very least.
TPs are available for both the supports to come in.
They need to come
Same
down.
with the Brewmaster. Here comes your first TPs, both the tier 1 and tier 2 town. Mid 1, 11-1 charge. Gives him a lot of life. The shackles are up. FATA needs to create space with a Ravage. It connects on 3 with the toss follow-up. FATA, he needs to get the split off. He doesn't get it off. He went for the clap first. Universe and Samael will find these pickoffs. Lone Druid's forcing the bottom lane to at least get a tier 1 town return. But EG, that is a godsend. Double pickoff on 2 cores. It's not supports, it's the cores of Secret.
Way too greedy on the side of Secret. You have to commit more heroes to that, especially when you see the Tidehunter. This is not a mobile hero. If you see the Tidehunter moving, the rest of his team is likely to follow. They probably just didn't expect Arteezy to come around to that engagement, but if I'm 100% honest, I don't think Secret really cares too much. Like, Lone Druid almost has the Radiance once again.
It was still a tier 1 for a tier 1 tower trade-off. They lost Puppey on top, but Puppey got a lot of space with that push to now get his Ice Blast, and that's why Crit and Samael are a little bit chilly.
Taking a little bit of damage, but
YapzOr?
Reset mid lane.
I don't know if he just lost vision of Universe. He just walks over like he's putting down an Observer Ward.
I think he was waiting for Crit, but this time around, EG willing to protect their tiny ball of hope, as they're gonna need to. This is their way back into the game right now as the tiny. I think they're at least game planning it correctly, even if the laning phase went really rough. It's way too hard for them to do anything to recover Arteezy's game. So try to pump up Sumails as much as possible. Look at the Wisp.
Crit, goodbye. It was nice knowing you. Universe catching snow cones.
Steals both the bounty runes once again. He's got his Radiance now. He's gonna send back the bear for it.
Ace is just so damn efficient with this Lone Druid.
14-minute. Use the Midas as you say that. Midas.
Efficiency. There you go.
Got it.
Was that, what, 2-3 seconds downtime?
Dude, that was like 10 seconds. Are you kidding me? I like Ace and his play just as much as the next guy, but
it's because we said efficiency and Ace in the same sentence.
Yeah, don't give him credit for something he didn't do.
Taking both the bounty runes but not using Midas. Crooked.
Upsetting, but 14-minute Radiance. I forgot how fast he got it last game. I think like 15.
Yeah, I think he's faster this game. I'm sure Nahaz is sitting there just basically crunching numbers.
That's absurd, considering he had absolute free farm in the last game, and he was against the Clockwork, this time against the Tidehunter. This man.
Team Secret getting ready to fight once more on top lane. They got the full drums up for the Brewmaster. So she's going for both drums and Vlads. So this group up of Team Secret is going to be very strong with FATA at the front lines, not only dispelling, controlling, but also aura buffing. Fear gets a small glimpse, but FATA shows himself anyway, running into the creep wave. Universe on the run. Where's that entangle? Where's that entangle? There's that entangle. Ace in mid 1.
Top
watching him, but yep, there's your attack. FATA. Samael. There to attack. A double damage rune for Crit.
A little bit too far forward for FATA. Just, again, overestimating his tankiness, but I'm starting to see a pattern here, Toby. I think that FATA's role in both the games is the same.
Yep, saw 2 shot. Yeah, FATA's role?
I think it's just, he runs in, dies, and that's okay, because you force 4 heroes over. I genuinely think that it's perfectly alright.
Wait, are we actually taking a page from the Book of Cinder in here?
Yeah, if you die like this, you force 4 heroes over, and you've got this guy in your holster, Ace, who is just farming away. I mean, do you really care?
YapzOr. Sandstorm dodges. He's on the run back out again. Raindrops. Nope. Is protected. Takes the bounty rune.
Universe is here to play, though. They don't want to mess with this hero yet. They want to avoid him at all costs. Just continue to angle him around the map, Toby. Like, this is a very lumbering hero. It doesn't move around very well. Not mobile whatsoever. No blink dagger on him, so the kill potential is pretty limited to him just running at you.
Yep.
And so Secret recognized that. And FATA once again is just going to shove in a lane aggressively. they're gonna ping him and say like, hey, let's kill him. Does he care?
Oh, and he instantly splits. Seeing the attack coming in, FATA gets the hell out of dodge, runs into the tree lines. Crit, he knows there's so much disable and damage that can come from this. Sumail looking for some extra pickoffs. The Earth Brewing. There's only going to last another 1 second. Arteezy still here, but Puppey waiting with the Ice Blast. And Sumail trapped in the tree lines. Lone Druid Bears made its way down to Radiance Burn. Sumail wants out, but it won't happen. YapzOr hits the burrow, and EG, they wanted to be the aggressors, but they get snapped by a quick reaction from FATA and a lot of reinforcements from Secret.
Yeah, the biggest hero on the side of EG, and probably the most important hero, goes down. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm 99% sure now that they don't care when FATA dies. I think he's just sent to push in lanes. He's like the core Pylai die in this situation. He just pushes in a wave. If they kill him, okay, sure, why not? And if situations like that happen, even better.
It almost feels like it's the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's by himself. We don't care if he dies. Now we're just going to go gank him and relocate on top of him. Reinforcements have arrived. Oh, crap. Well, that doesn't work out now. How do we know when he's crying wolf or not?
Exactly, because...
Like, you'd think the Lycan would know.
Yeah, when he's not... Alright, that was pretty bad. When he is alone and you kill him, you think to yourself, like, great. When he isn't, it makes you think twice about the next attempt.
They're going for Roshan. Puppey has Ice Blast available. And with Mass Serpent Wards committed, Roshan is dying, but it's taking time. There's no medallion to work. They have the Necro books making this happen. But here comes Team Secret. Burrow Strike out on the sidelines. Where's that Ice Blast? Right on top of Fear. It's actually quite small because Puppey was so close. Ravages from Universe creates so much space, but the Bear is in the middle of it. Fear will drop. Savage Roar forces EG to back off. SK, he will buy back into this game. YapzOr wanting to be part of this. Their mid one. Back lines, bringing down Io. Sumail has lost his friend. The Burrow Strike from YapzOr is perfect. They want to keep the run going. YapzOr looking for the body block. Universe got nowhere to hide. Tries to make a break for the tree line, but there's just nowhere to go. Rooted up and brought down. And the one hero that is left is probably the least influential hero after Roar is gone. Lycan is the last one left. They did all the hard work. The Wolves, they're actually going to die as well, so they can't even contest Roshan. Everything's coming up Secret.
That was absurd. Perfect team fight for them, and the immediate buybacks, the snap buyback decision making. I felt like YapzOr was just going to go for the ult blind in, but doesn't even bother doing that, just stuns in. We're going to see this once again. The beginning looks so promising for EG. They get 2 heroes instantly. There was no brew ult. The Ravage was okay. It catches people in the back line, but not enough. Everybody coming back in for this, and now Secret with the Aegis in their hands. They know there's no Ravage for this. The timing is perfect. They have a Brewmaster split on top of this. You couldn't script this better for Team Secret.
The only thing they needed extra was having Dragon Form again. The Ice Blast. It's gonna be perfect with the Burrow Strike. They hold him in position, and Fear is tossed into the fight. I think Sumail has just betrayed his father. They'll move deeper inside the base. Tidehunter spin him up and towards the air. Still no Ravage available when he hits the ground. At least behind Blink available, but he's trying to fight and bring down the Bear. They're removing the armor. Sumail trying to fight back into the front lines. The Bear is so low. Ace doesn't have a resummon for it. That's why they're trying to keep it alive. The Necrobook trying to burn off the rest, but they break. They push him back. YapzOr is low, but the Ice Blast, it connects onto Universe. How is the Bear alive? How is the rest of Team Secret alive? Puppey's being chased down by the rest of the Lycan, Books, and Wolves.
He's gonna bring
Maybe Arteezy can come through the side. The Tree Toss will finally get the first kill for EG in this entire fight, but the clap is down. They're trapped in the trees. Everyone's gone bush. Tidehunter is brought down. Chris trying to keep him alive, but here comes your epicenter. Lacquering on top. It is all Secret. Crit maybe denies himself to the Ogres. No, that won't happen. FATA will be there for the last hit. Now Spyvex coming in from EG. Relocate to the front lines, but Arteezy, he gets locked in, and the double Burrow Strike again! And it just...
happened? It fell?
We cracked our board. Take our headphones off, that's the only way we're gonna do this. But EG have lost so many people. There's no way they're capable of actually defending this base right now, and Team Secret will continue to push through. They'll take the tier 3 tower. Shaman can watch from the sidelines. Tidehunter, well, that's one way to get into the fight. Move with the TP straight in, rooted up. He's got the Ravage, holding onto it for as long as he can. The Savage Roll will force him back. Full mid Rax is gone, and the melee Rax on the top.
Absolutely one-sided now. Don't think EG's going to be able to recover. It's 20k at 22 minutes in. Quite the one-sided deficit now.
Yeah, it is almost an impossible task for them. We're back into normal world now for us. Lone Druid, he's even got the AC. We're 22 minutes in on this Lone Druid. AC, Hand of Midas, with the Radiance build up. Ace is living the life of a king. He's only sitting at 741 gold per minute, 22 minutes into the game.
Yeah, this is now pretty much all but over. He's like doubled up right now in terms of farm. Already at 16k.
Oh, EG just smoked on top of the Radiant Observer Ward. they cannot catch a break.
They get one more shot at this. They used all the buybacks. Aces double anybody's net worth, more than double anybody's net worth on the side of EG. Like the bear micro alone in that last engagement was pretty absurd, and now
we get to watch at least the fight in the trees right now.
Yeah. So this one looked like it was going to finally be promising, and then look at YapzOr in the top area.
Oh, good.
Comes straight through, and now they have one set of racks left. They do have the range racks up at top, if that's any consolation for EG.
I really don't think so. That's like chocolates after you got knocked out on Wheel of Fortune. You do not want this. Mid one, gonna Foco Dragon form. Here's the wraparound. EG coming from behind. Universe needs the best opportunity, but already YapzOr with Observer Ward in the tree lines. He sees it coming from a mile away. Your DK has gone Invis. There goes your Ravage. It doesn't catch enough. YapzOr comes in with the ulti, combining with the Ice Blast. This really is the game. There's no way EG can fight back out. The Mouse 7 more than nothing. Even the root onto the IO. They can't kill Ace. They committed almost everything for it. And EG admit defeat as Team Secret 2-0 out Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, they realize nothing doing anymore. After the mid game, I mean, part 2, it goes so badly for them. The laning phase was maybe the most rough that I've seen for a safe laner in quite some time. Like, we were just giving you guys like the play-by-play updates of, has he crossed YapzOr's net worth yet? The answer was no for maybe 30 minutes into the game. And I mean, this is what I told you. It felt like it was just two teams on two different levels right now.
Yeah, it really does seem that way. And protect the Lycan, protect something, protect the hopes of all the EG fans as they'll drop into the lower bracket. And Team Secret get their semi-final matchup, which is what is coming up a little bit